Have you ever seen someone who always seems to have their house in order, their day running smoothly, everything in place, and you've been thinking, how does she do it? The truth is that there is no magic formula, but there is a routine. And what differentiates these organized women from those who live putting out fires is not perfection. It is constancy. There are some habits that they repeat every day, almost without realizing it, and that keep the house running more smoothly. These are simple, quick things, but they make all the difference at the end of the week. The good news is you can copy them all today. In this video, I will show you the 5 things that organized women do every day and that sustain the organization without exaggerated effort. The third tip is the most ignored of all, but probably the one that most prevents your home from staying tidy. Stay with me until the end, because these are small changes with real results. Have you ever felt tired just looking at home? The dishes in the sink, the clothes to put away, the things out of place, and it seems that the more you tidy, the more mess appears. Then you look at social media and see women with their homes always spotless, their routines up to date, everything working, and you ask yourself, what do they have that I don't have? The truth is that organized women are not superheroes. They also have difficult days. They work, they care for children, they get stressed, but there is one thing they do differently. They create simple habits that sustain the organization, and these habits are repeated every day. Even if the day is busy, even if you can't do everything, they understood that to keep the house in order, you don't have to do everything all the time. You need to do it a little consistently. And the most interesting thing is that these attitudes are not difficult. Many are quick, easy to apply, and have a huge effect on the feeling of organization, control, and lightness within the home. In this video, I will show you the 5 things organized women do every day. No overload, no endless to-do list, no guilt. These are actions that, when they become a habit, change the way you live your home. And the best part is you can start applying them today your way, in your time. Oh, and pay attention to the 4th tip, because it is the most ignored, and at the same time, the one that most influences your well-being at home. Then breathe. Take this content as an affection, not as a charge, because real organization is not about controlling everything. It's about creating an environment that helps you, not makes you tired. Tip 1. They make the bed every single day without skipping. You may notice in almost every organized home, the bed is always made, and it's no coincidence. This simple habit is one of the first that organized women make a point of maintaining because it sets the tone for the day. When you wake up and make your bed, even if the rest of the house is still messy, the room already conveys a feeling of care. At first, making the bed is not about aesthetics. It's about starting the day with a small act of organization that spreads to the rest of the house and the mind. You already start with a task completed, with something in place, and this directly influences how you deal with the rest of your obligations. You don't have to be perfect. It's not about hotel folds, symmetrical bedspreads, or matching pillows. Just stretch the sheet, adjust the pillows, and leave the space visually light. About 2 minutes, but the impact is enormous. Even if the rest of the room is a mess, a made bed gives you the feeling that everything is under control. The brain interprets that corner as in order, and this reduces visual stress. This habit also has another effect. When you return to your room at the end of the day, you find a space that invites you to rest, a well-kept space, and this even makes a difference in the quality of your sleep. Organized women understand that there is no general organization without the organization of small things, and making the bed is the first step. Simple, quick, and powerful. Tip 2. They don't let the sink accumulate, even if it's just to organize. You may notice that women who keep the house in order take special care of the kitchen, and especially the sink. Even if the day is busy, even if the rest of the house is moving, the sink is controlled. Not necessarily empty all the time, but under control. The difference is that they don't let the dishes turn into a mountain. And more than that, they understand that organizing the sink already brings relief. Even if not everything is washed at that moment, separating the dishes, soaking cutlery, stacking them carefully, rinsing what you can, all of this already changes the look and energy of the kitchen. And there's more. Keeping the sink clean, or at least organized, avoids the domino effect of clutter. Because when the kitchen looks like chaos, the desire to continue taking care of the house disappears. Mess calls for more mess. Now, when you take care of that central point, the rest flows more easily. This care also has to do with well-being, because a clean or organized sink conveys lightness. It gives the feeling that you are in control of your routine, even if the day is far from perfect. And look how interesting. You don't have to be the one who always washes everything. But when you have this mindset of not letting it accumulate, it becomes a habit throughout the house, whether alone or with family. This simple attitude changes the dynamics of the environment. Organized women don't let the sink become a problem. They take care of it every day, even if only for a few minutes, and the whole house is grateful for that. Before we move on to the next tip, take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel here and activate the bell. This way you won't miss any new tips that will help you keep your home lighter, more organized, and more like you in a practical, real, and possible way. Tip 3. They save what they use right away, not later. This is one of those habits that seems obvious, but it's exactly what upholds the royal order. Organized women don't leave for later what they can save now. They don't keep organizing. They prevent clutter from forming. Did you get the hairbrush? Saved it back. Did you take a blouse out of the closet? You've already decided whether you're going to use it or keep it. Did you use the charger? You returned it to the same corner as always. These are small attitudes that prevent accumulation, and that changes everything. Because what causes the feeling of clutter in most homes is not the dirt. It's the excess of things out of place. A glass here, a bag left there, a folded outfit that didn't go back to the closet. And little by little, the atmosphere that was calm becomes charged. The secret is to act with the flow. You don't need to stop what you're doing to fix it. Just return it to the place while you live. It is a light, natural, almost automatic movement. And when this becomes a habit, the clutter ceases to exist in the volume that overwhelms you. And here's an important point. For this to work, everything needs to have its place. Organized women don't waste time thinking about where to store it. They already know. This saves time, energy, and helps you keep the environment breathing. When you start returning everything to its place the moment you finish using it, your home begins to collaborate with you, and you stop living in that tiring cycle of fixing everything all the time. This is the habit that, over time, gives you freedom, because the less you collect, the less you need to account for later. Tip 4. They choose what will not be visible. Organized women understand that keeping the house in order is not about hiding clutter. It's about choosing what deserves to be visible. It's a conscious choice made every day. They know that the more things spread out, the busier the environment seems, and the more difficult it is to maintain the feeling of lightness. This means that there is no need to have an empty house without personality. But yes, knowing what makes the environment functional and what is just there. Taking up space, what helps and what only complicates. Because at the end of the day, not everything needs to be on display. And do you know what the effect of this is? The house begins to breathe. Furniture looks more organized. The benches are free. The view is calming. And most importantly, this reduces the time you spend tidying up, because there's less stuff to remove and less stuff to put back later. This goes for the living room, the kitchen, the bathroom, the bedroom. Instead of leaving everything on the sink or on the table, they define support spaces. A tray with basic items, an organizing box, a specific drawer. Less is more, especially when less is intentional. And here's the most powerful detail. This attitude doesn't need money. You can start today by looking around and asking yourself, does this really need to be here? If the answer is no, keep it, release it, test the space without it for a week and see how you feel. Organized women know that organization is not about keeping everything. It's about deciding what deserves to take up space. And this habit completely changes the way you see and feel your home. Tip 5. They have a mini closing ritual for the day. You know that moment before bed when everything seems to slow down? Organized women take advantage of this moment to do something that almost no one pays attention to. A ritual to end the day. And no, it's not a big cleaning. It's a quick walk around the house, 5 to 10 minutes, to close the day in a light and conscious way. They go around the room and line up the cushions. They check the kitchen and rinse out that last forgotten mug. They turn off the right lights. They close the curtains. They adjust the blanket on the sofa. They take that last look into space as if to say, "It's okay, we'll continue tomorrow." And do you know what this creates? A feeling of peace. The house does not sleep in chaos. She prepares with you for the next day. When you wake up and find everything minimally in place, you begin with more clarity, more lightness, and less rush. This ritual also avoids that accumulated mess feeling that greets you first thing in the morning, because what was done last night has already softened the atmosphere. And the most beautiful thing about it? It's a gesture of care for your space and for yourself. You don't need to do 1,000 things. It could just be putting away the TV controls, picking up a glass from the table, spreading the blanket on the sofa, turning off a light. Small gestures with great emotional and visual impact. It's like leaving the house ready to welcome you back the next day. Organized women understand that the house doesn't need to be tidy all the time, but you need to have a rhythm. And when this rhythm is respected, clutter does not dominate, and peace remains. This ritual is the good night of the house, and it makes more of a difference than it seems. Did you see how organized women do not do magic? They make conscious choices every day. They don't always tidy up. They don't have time to spare, and they don't always get everything right. But what they do have is clarity. They create simple habits that keep the house running without overload, without perfectionism, and without guilt. Make the bed early in the morning. Keep the sink under control. Keep what was used. Choose what is visible. And end the day with a light care ritual. These are small actions, but if done consistently, they change the dynamics of the house and its energy too. And most importantly, you can start today. You don't need to apply everything at once. Choose one of these attitudes, just one, and try it tomorrow. Then another and another. Little by little, you'll build a routine that welcomes you, supports you, and makes your home serve you instead of tiring you out. Now tell me, which of these 5 attitudes do you already do, and which one are you going to start practicing? Write to me here in the comments, and if you have a habit of yours that helps keep your home lighter and more functional, share it too. It will be incredible to exchange experiences with those who are on the same journey. Oh, and before you leave, take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel here and activate the bell. Every week, I bring practical, impossible tips to help you take care of your home with more clarity, less pressure, and much more ease. Because at the end of the day, being organized is not about having everything in place.